All right, so Glen, Henderson, Shannon Keatley, our real estate elite out of Point Loma, Ocean Beach. Got a team, covers all of San Diego. Always good to have you on the show.
Thanks, Craig.
Yeah, thanks
Good
for
to
being
see
here.
I just got back from a big conference. When you see a video like this, basically making the argument that stocks make more sense than real estate, what say you?
It's an interesting point with that. You know, again, and I know you've talked about it before on your show that, you know, you cannot live in a stock. You can't do that, you know, when you have your statement each month with everything, you know, you still have to have some place to live. One of the things that I love about real estate the most, and we talk about it all the time, is leveraging your money, where you can get into a home for 3% down. Where else are you going to have the ability to do that?
And you guys are actually on the radio show talking about this very topic. You're also always bringing in interesting market stats. You have resources you give out that nobody has in San Diego. One of the things these guys do is they will give you a free property valuation. Taxes were due on Wednesday, so that's a really smart thing to do. If you want to connect them, go to lionsgroup.re.com. They'll give you a free full-on property valuation. But on this topic, you know, you're right. You can't live in a stock, right? Real estate also can't go to zero. And the thing that people tend to forget is if you make the argument that renting makes more sense than owning, you still have to pay the rent.
That's right.
Right. So it's either a rent or a mortgage, and we have rates this low. I mean, I'm sure you're seeing people just blown away by the numbers.
Oh, they're getting amazing deals. We're getting first-time buyers or move-up buyers into properties at great prices, and then with the rates being so low, a lot of times people are getting into their first property for less than they were paying in a rent payment each month. Plus, they get the tax benefits and then the long-term investment benefits of it too.
Yeah,
What kind of activity are you seeing here at the end of the year? Are people getting into the game? Are they putting things on hold for the holidays?
You know, we're actually seeing a lot of activity for the end of the year. Normally, we see things start to slow down a little bit. Or it's almost been the opposite. A lot of buyers are in the marketplace. We have a lot of sellers reaching out right now, preparing for next year, and a lot of them we're talking with we're actually recommending, let's go ahead and get it on the market now because we do have so much buyer activity.
Well, in a moment we'll get to some end of the year advice, but you guys were recently featured in Pacific Magazine, also Premier Magazine. On the particular piece that I think we're going to show here, you're discussing Bay Park and some of the things you like there. That's one of your listings. You guys have been featured there pretty regularly. You also have at Ocean Beach, Point Loma, where you guys tend to center yourself. So tell us a little bit about this property and then what's cool coming up in OB.
But this property, a beautiful home up in Bay Park, listed at $1.4 million with it. Nice views. It's recently updated throughout, so an excellent opportunity. And Bay Park, love that neighborhood. It's real up and coming. There's so much redevelopment that's happening up there. So, and then OB mentioned there's the OB, the food drive that we have coming up this month. With
you guys are always a part of that,
Yeah.
right? You guys do the food drive. You get involved with the OB Street Fair. You get involved with Nice Guys.
Yeah.
I mean, all the
sense of
different charitable
community
things.
there. It's just amazing how everybody helps everybody else with it. And so the OB food drive that they're having with that, it's great. I think it helped how many families last year with it? Over
I don't remember yet. Hundreds of families in the
800
community.
families or
So
something like that.
Well, earlier this year you were on this show and you guys were donating some of your commission to a charitable cause.
Yep, and that was Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So we're working together with them, helped raise 10,000, or we were able to help contribute 10,000 towards their goal of raising 100,000. So
wow.
Yeah, so feel very fortunate to be part of this community, and we definitely want to give back in the ways we can.
you guys are not just doing a lot for the community. You are top producers in the community. In Ocean Beach and Point Loma specifically, you got the big billboard. I see you guys every time I go down to Wonderland or South Beach. I had some tacos the other day. No, I really can't. No, but it's always good to be around you guys. I learn a lot when I'm around you. And you know, as far as production goes, the two of them, as nice and kind as they might seem here, they're also they're whales in real estate. I mean, their numbers are awesome. You got a team full of 30 plus or minus agents covering all of San Diego. But I really am interested with where rates are right now. I see why it's fueling buyers going to the end of the year. Low interest rates, they don't wait for your New Year's resolution to buy a home, right? They're market driven. So if you could give advice going into the end of the year to buyers or sellers, doesn't really matter. What are some pieces of advice you could give going into the end of the year?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about kind of sellers specifically and the people that we're sitting down with and we're meeting with. they're talking about, okay, I'm preparing for next year. What do I need to do? What do I need to look at in order to get ready? So, first one we always talk about is the pre-inspection repairs. And we always recommend that our sellers we're working with, let's get a home inspection up front. That's what the buyer's going to come in and do. They're going to try and find everything they can wrong with the property, and then they're going to ask for a lot of money, and they're going to ask for repairs, and it could lead to cancellation. Why don't we be preemptive? Let's take care of the inspection up front. Let's take care of the repairs where we control the cost and get everything done so when somebody does come in, they're not finding problems. It puts you in a better negotiating position. So our pre-inspection is first one with it. The decluttering and curb appeal, which we actually tie into number 3 that we put as far as
Give a specific
staging.
example of curb appeal. All right, so I think people know what it means. Make
Yep.
it more attractive when you drive by. But what would you do first? Is it landscaping? Is it paint the garage? I mean, what are the things you identify?
Probably top 3 would be power washing the front, if it doesn't need to be painted, because power washing makes it look like new. 9 times out of 10, they don't need to paint. Garage doors, sometimes we'll paint that, and then landscaping. Clearing out overgrowth and then putting in flowers, something with color, new bark. Lawn, if there's a lawn in front, either resodding it or reseeding so it's nice and green.
And
Those would be
everything
top
looks
3.
real fresh. So like
Yeah.
you said with the curb appeal, so when a buyer pulls up, it's the first intro that they have to the property, and that just really sets the tone.
Well, the
so
good
when they
news
walk
is
in.
here in San Diego, you don't have to worry about snow ruining the landscaping at the end of the year.
We do
Yeah.
have the drought though that's been causing a lot of the lawns and everything.
Well, the
now
rain
that
was
we're hitting
nice.
To the rain.
Yeah, the rain was
Exactly.
really nice.
Yep.
So, a question I have for you, Shannon, is if you're going to do these improvements, you're going to get your home ready for market. How do you determine if it's worth making the investment or leave it for the next guy and play with the price of it? How do you identify? We talked a lot about the market today. How do you
Right.
identify the
And that's
market
one of the
team?
things that Glenn and I do, and that's one of the things that we have, and we come out for the first consultation, and we'll let you know where's the right places to spend the money. Because what we don't want you to do is to overdo something that isn't going to be the best use of your resources or time with it, and can let you know what the buyers are really tuning in on.
Yeah, well, great information going into the end of the year. I want to make a point very clear to our audience here today. Their company name is the Alliance Group. Earlier I was speaking with a financial advisor and a tax planner, and I had stated how there are different spokes in the wheel. When you're talking about real estate, it's the hub of the wheel. You have your mortgage, your credit, your tax plan, estate plan. What else? What am I missing here? I mean, there's
Insurance
more.
with it,
Insurance.
yeah.
I
Financial
mean,
planning.
Financial, yeah.
and it doesn't end. It goes on and on as you build equity and as you gain these tax advantages. If there was ever a turnkey solution for real estate and getting all those spokes in one synergistic wheel, it's through a company called the Alliance Group. They align strategically with these types of partners so that you can buy a home and get all these other services as well tied in. It's really a brilliant model, and it's unique to the marketplace. And I want to reiterate the point I made earlier that, hey, your real estate taxes are due. It's the end of the year. You want to know what your biggest investment is worth. I encourage you to go online. They offer a free property evaluation. So rather than go spend $500 on an appraisal, save the $500. You go to their website, which you can see on your screen right here, alliancegroup.re.com, and they're going to give you a $500 gift for free. Get some dirt on your neighbors. Know what their home sold for, how many offers it got. You'll find foreclosures and things like that as well. So it's important to know your neighborhood. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming in here as always.
Thanks again.